Look at this. We've got some fresh stag tracks here, and hind. He's come down. He's probably gone up the river the way we're going. We might catch up with him. That's a very good start. Got a deer up here. In the river. In the river. How cool is that? I was hoping we were going to catch up to them. It's just coming light enough to film. I've been making my way up this river in the dark, and yeah, I'm just starting to be able to see now. So I've got the camera out, I've got it boosted up, so hopefully you guys can see. But yeah, really good morning this morning. There's a bit of wind at the moment, which is a good thing. So we're going to make our way and hunt some area that I have not been into yet. It's right on the fringe, right on the outskirts of where our big old stag is, and where I think he's living, where I think his core area is. So we're going to head there, we're going to have a little look, and then on the way back, I'm going to collect those trail cameras, the 2 that we set out early on in the series. So that's the plan. We've got an exciting day today. Good to see you guys back again. Out there doing it with Jerry Wild. It's brought to you by your local hunting and fishing store. I'm just going to take this jacket off, put my buff on, we'll keep creeping forward. Some deer just here. They're right there. A hind, a fawn, and a spiker. Could be the ones we saw cross the river earlier. There's quite a big rub on this tree just in front of me too. The good thing is they're down by the river. They're going to have a lot of noise. How far are they? The spiker is 16. We're close, man. The hind and her fawn are 23. We are close. I think we'll try to sneak around them. Try not to spook them, try to sneak around them. That was a bit hectic. I managed to get out there without spooking them though. Far out. We were close, we were so close. We're going to creep through this clearing. It opens up into a big area on the other side of this. We're starting to get close to where the trail cameras are. But I'm hoping that once we get up here away from the rivers and the stream noises, I'm hoping that we'll hear a stag roaring. It's still early, there could be deer out in these clearings. So we're going to go really carefully, really quietly. Yeah, it looks really good out here. The wind is good too. Wind's going back behind us, which is good. Got a stag roaring up here. That is very good. He's approachable as well. I'm pretty sure we can get there. Let's go, let's go. Hopefully it's our big stag. Let's go. We're set up on the edge of the clearing. I think that stag's roaring just through those trees over there. I haven't heard him for a few minutes. We're going to get set up. I'm actually going to give him a roar, see if I can spark him up. The thing I'm worried about is if it's our big old stag, he's not going to... He was with females, he was with hinds, so the chance of calling him in are very slim. But if I can get this stag, whether it's our whether it's our target stag or not. If I can get him to answer, at least we'll know where he is. But there's a big rub right here. The trail cams are not too far down this way. So we've actually sat on this clearing before, you might recognise it, where we had those deer come literally walking right past us, right through here. So we'll give a roar and we'll see if we get a reply. Best case scenario is he comes in. I'm going to get the rifle out, of course. But yeah, here's open, man. Sounds like he is over those trees in the next area. Sticks cracking out here. There might be something else coming out here. I don't know what those sticks were cracking for. I think there's a deer just in the bush line there, but it hasn't shown itself. The stag's still roaring really well out here. I think I've got a couple of his roars on video for you guys to hear. So I think while he's roaring, let's quickly get through there and see if we can see him on the other side, see if it's open on the other side. If he's gone up into the bush, could be a different story, but I think while he's making noise, let's get over there. Man, there's some stag sign around here. We want to get through here as quiet as we possibly can. He's up in the bush, he's roaring pretty well. I can't go any further. It's super thick in through there, so we've just got to hope that he'll come out here. I'm going to give him a roar and see what happens. Sounds like he's 60-70 metres up through there in that bush. We've got a good spot here though, so we'll give it time, we'll give it a chance. I'll let out a roar. We'll just give it some time. We'll see what he does.
No.
He's not budging. He's not budging at all. Quite a few rubs over there on that side. I'm almost wondering, because there's no way for us to stalk up in there. It's as thick as what you can see behind me up there towards that stag, so the chances of stalking in and seeing him before he sees me is 0. He'll hear me coming from miles. I'm almost thinking it's just gone after 10 AM. He's not roaring as frequently. I'm wondering if we pack up, we'll go pick up those trail cams, and then we'll hunt our way back to camp, do a big circuit. I really want to check those trail cams, and it's good to do that in the middle of the day. So it gives our scent time to dry up in that afternoon sun, just in case the big old stag's coming down to that wallow. It's a pity we didn't see this stag, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes. We had quite a bit of rain last night, but we should still be able to see in the mud if anything's used those wallows since we put the cameras out. And then, of course, we'll be checking those cameras back at camp, because I brought my laptop in, remember? And if our big old stag come into those wallows regularly, I know what we're doing this evening.
So I'm feeling a bit uneasy, as I would have loved to at least seen that roaring stag. To know whether it was the monster we've been hunting so hard for, or just another stag living in the same area. I guess I'll never know. I roared my way back to where the trail cameras have been for the past week. Surely there'd been some action in those wallows. To be honest, I was very excited to see what they had captured. And what I was about to find out is they were about to show me one of the final pieces to our puzzle. This will change everything.
I can see the wallow down there. Doesn't seem to be anything at it. The coast is clear, so we're going to sneak in there, grab those 2 cameras real quick. Man, there's a lot of water around here from last night. Hard to say if anything's been in there because it's so wet in front of this camera. That other camera was more on the main wallow, so once we get over there it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully it's not just full of water, hopefully it's still mud. Right, we'll get this off. LM2, interested to see what this captured, hopefully our big old stag. That other camera is just over here. That's all water now as well. We got a lot of rain last night. It's washed away any sign of anything, unfortunately, so we're not going to know what's on these cameras until we put them on the computer. Hopefully something, man, hopefully something. And that's the SpyPoint Force Pro. So, we'll see you guys back at camp. We'll check these right now.
Okay, don't mind the old pants tucked into socks. I'm just trying my best to beat the frickin' sandflies, these little midgy things flying around. They're like mosquitoes, they bite you, and they're very itchy, and they're very annoying, and there's thousands of them. So as you've seen, I've just put some water on to boil. I'm gonna have some lunch while we're doing this, so that this afternoon we're ready to go. What have I got? Mexican nachos and mac and cheese, gonna go with that combo. Big lunch for a big evening hunt tonight. So, got the 2 cameras here. I'm gonna go and get my laptop, and then set up a little station here. And I think that's going to be good, man. Very excited to see what's on these cameras. Okay. So, I'm thinking about doing it right here somewhere. It's about to boil, actually. I'm going to get these brewing while we check, so that when we're finished, these are ready to eat. I've got some corn chips that I'm gonna eat with these nachos. All right, 10 minutes. What's the time now? 12:41. And what do we need for this guy? 200 ml. These take 10 minutes to rehydrate. So while we're looking at our photos and our videos, these may as well be doing something. I don't have a 200 ml line, so this is just a guess. All right, yeah, put that hot water somewhere safe, so that I don't trip on it. Let's clear ourselves a little zone here. Alright, how's that? That'll work. Cameras, laptop. Right, so I'm going to plug it in just because I've been transferring footage. So the battery on the laptop's pretty low at the moment. So luckily I've got this portable power station. You would have seen it on one of the prior episodes. And if you notice that cable that was hanging out of it when I was carrying it over, that's hooked up to the solar panels I've got sitting out there. So yeah, while I've been here at night times, I've been transferring over the footage from the cameras onto hard drives and all sorts, sorting it out. So yeah, this has also been charging all my cameras and charging my smaller power banks that I carry with me. So this is the setup, man. How many people take their laptop into the freaking wilderness? Only madmen like me and Joe Fluity. Okay, let's get started. These cameras too, guys, these are, I run the SpyPoint cameras. Now I've been working on a project in the background, which I'm very excited to bring to you guys. It's a couple of episodes that have been a heck of a good time filming. They're not quite finished yet, otherwise you would have seen them. But they heavily involve the SpyPoint LM2s and the Flex S Solars. So yeah, I'm very excited to bring that project to you guys when it's ready. It's an exciting thing. I don't want to tell you too much about it because I want to keep it a mystery, but it's been a heck of a ride for me. I've been really pumped on it, so looking forward to bringing that to you hopefully in the near future. So yeah, SpyPoint, guys, you would have seen on the channel SpyPoint cameras before. They make so many different models as well, like the SpyPoint LM2. This one here is actually a cellular camera. Now I've turned the cellular function off because we're in the middle of nowhere, there's no reception here, and it's just working as a standard trail cam. But when you're back home It comes pre-installed with 2 SIM cards, so no matter what sort of service reception you've got in the area, it'll have a good chance of picking up a solid signal. I've got 6 of these. We went and bought 6 of them, me and Catherine. Oh, 5 of them, sorry, and a Flex S, me and Catherine, just because you cannot beat that for value, man. So yeah, SpyPoint LM2, and then that chap there is the Force Pro. So that's a video camera, that's not a cellular camera, it's just a standard trail camera. This has the option of 4K video and also really good images as well. Okay, so I think we're going to start off with the LM2. So I had this set on 2 photos for every trigger. So we'll plug her in. Now I'm going to put it up here on the screen so you guys can have a look as I'm flicking through. I'm always so excited when it comes to checking trail cameras, man. It's just something about it, eh? So awesome. Right, let's have a look here. 68 items, 68 triggers. Oh, there's a couple of photos of me testing it at Gerald Fluidy's place on the way down. Oh, there's me in the background setting it. So you can see that there's the wallow. Right, first night shot. We've got a red hind moving her way through. 2 photos of her. Oh, it's a foggy, rainy morning. It looks like a stag or a spiker, eh? Spiker, I think. Yeah, a couple of photos of him. Oh, look at that. That's a good stag, man. No way. That's a good stag, dude. Look at him there, that's a staunch photo, eh? So it looks like he's got 2 on his tops. He's got a bay on his left, no bay on his right by the looks of that. Staunch looking animal though, eh? Got a hind. It's raining there. Oh, there's another stag. Young stag. Rainy photo. Looks like a hind. Nothing there. Spiker. So yeah, you can see this is bad weather. This must be when we had a lot of that rain at night time, you know, early on in the trip. Oh, look at that, there's that stag again. He's on a mission too, man. I wonder if he's hot on a hind or something. Decent length. He looks quite similar to the stag that we're chasing, our big old target stag. You know, same sort of shape to him. I think our big old stag's got more length to him and more going on in his tops. Nice stag nonetheless though, man. I'll be stoked to see that. Hind again. Stag, that's a different stag this time. It's a younger one. Big neck on him, eh? Look at that, he looks staunch, doesn't he? He's coming right down to the wallow. Yeah, that's a nice looking animal as well. And there's me collecting. So, how good is that, man? We got 1 big stag coming in. We've got a couple of stags, but that one in particular, he's mature, he looks old. He's got heaps of length. He's a nice looking animal, man. I'm still obviously keen to target our main stag, our goal of a stag. But that is one heck of an animal. If I come across him, it'll be a hard decision. He's old enough for my personal liking. Yeah, he's a nice stag. Okay, right, lunch is ready. So I'm going to start off eating this mac and cheese while we check this other camera. But yeah, all in all, guys, I think that's a success, man. Let's have a little taster. Bloody good for an appetizer, eh? Let's eject that card, put that back in the camera. And we'll get the card out of the Force Pro and put that in. Fans turned on the power station. Put this other card in. Ooh, what are we going to see here, man? I don't know, I feel like this camera probably has more on it, just due to this was the more popular wallow, this was the better wallow, like the more used wallow I should say. Oh, I'm so excited to see what's in here. Oh, only 27 triggers. Oh, but I suppose the other one was set to two photos per trigger, so it's probably similar. I really hope there's some footage of a big stag wallowing, you know, like rolling around. The dream would be to get him roaring. So I've got this camera set at taking 4K video and length of a minute. So it takes a minute's worth. Once it gets a trigger, it takes a minute's worth of video and then it stops. So, all right, let's have a look at the first one. And it's got sound too, as you can hear. That must be me setting it. Yeah, that's me setting it. Okay, next one. Some rain. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That deer's come up and she's checking it out. Wow, that's the same day. 2 of them. That's the same day that we set it. That's that afternoon. Remember we set it just before that heavy rain? This will be when that heavy rain's coming through. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, a few hours after we set it. How exciting is this, eh? What the heck's going on there? Something was fully just pestering the camera. Maybe a possum. I reckon a possum. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys reckon that was? Comment below. It's either a deer nudging it with his nose or a possum. You guys tell me what you think. We got a deer, got a hind walking through. Oh, and a fawn. It's got a little fawn with there. This must be them again. Oh! She was fully checking out the camera, and then she's probably smelt me on it. She took off running. Let's watch the start of that again. She was fully checking out the camera. I wonder if it made a little click or something. Here we go. Look at this. Little stag. He's probably, what the heck's he up to, eh? Alright, next one. Oh my goodness, look at that for a storm. The tree that it's mounted to is freaking shaking around. That's a lot of wind. I don't feel like I got that wind here at camp. We must be pretty sheltered in this little spot here. No rain, just heavy winds. Oh, stag. We got a stag. Oh my gosh. Hang on a sec. Dude, that could be the stag we're looking for. That could be the stag we're after. That's different to the stag that was on that other camera. Look at the freaking length on that thing, man. That is a big stag, man. No way. I cannot believe this, man. I cannot believe this. Look at the size of that thing, man. And another one of them. No way, man. Look at the size of that thing, man. Big. Look at that, man. He is a beast, isn't he? That's our stag, man. That's our stag we are targeting. That is our #1 stag that we're targeting. That is fully... I cannot believe we got him on camera, man. I cannot believe we got him on camera. Oh my gosh. Man, it just goes to show, like, how valuable of intel these cameras can provide, man. That is the stag that we've been looking for this whole time. Oh my gosh, imagine if he roared right now. He's listening. He's sniffing. That is our stag. I cannot believe that we got him on video. I was hoping and dreaming that we would get him on video. That is some valuable information for us in being successful at finding this guy. I cannot freaking believe that. That's epic. What's this? Another stormy, windy day. Oh my gosh. That is strong wind. See, I feel like we haven't had that strong winds here. Oh, there's a deer. Young hind. I just realised my corn chips, the nacho corn chips I was going to dip in and eat with in here. Another nighttime mystery. Foggy morning. Stag. Having a good old rub, look at that. And there he goes. Got a hind in there. Nighttime shot. Got a hind. Oh, another one. Another hind. Young stag going for a swim. Going for a good old wallow. Man, they love the mud, eh? Look at them. Just love it, eh? Big shake. Spiker. Still in velvet. And last one, that's us coming to get it. I cannot believe we got our big stag on here, man. Out of all the deer we've seen, I can't believe that we got our big stag on here. Look at the size of him, eh? Look at the length. He's got to be well over 40 inches. That is a freaking tank of a stag, man. Look at the size of that thing, man. Boom! Imagine if he roared right there. Okay, so I'm happy, guys. I'm so happy with that. Between those two cameras, we've got two good stags, two monster stags coming in. On the LM2, we've got this guy here. And then over on the Force Pro, we've got our big stag we're chasing, which is wild to think about, man. Out of all the animals we've seen and all the locations I could have put the camera, we got him on the camera. And he was there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. 5 clips. Out of all the animals that this camera videoed, he was there the most. The stag that this whole series is about, the stag that we've been chasing this whole time, what are the chances of that, man? What are the freaking chances of that? Look at the size of that thing, man. Seriously. That is a big stag. Okay, this just flares me up even more. We're nailing down his sort of core area even further. We know that he visits this wallow. Obviously where I saw him that evening, we know that he goes there. There's a couple of grass clearings in that sort of vicinity as well that are worth sitting on. Another spot too that I really think is a really good option for us. Remember one of the earlier nights, I found that sniper spot that overlooks that really good clearing, and I had all those deer come through right in front of me. Hinds, young stags, all sorts. And some of them were really close. And I found, we'll call it the Y-stick spot, the Y-stick sniper spot. Remember I found that Y-shaped stick that I could rest the rifle on, and it's at the perfect height. So that spot there, I reckon that spot there is worth trying as well. So that Y-stick spot is in between where this wallow is and where I saw him that evening. So it's in between the two spots. So I reckon that spot there is definitely going to be an option for us one of these evenings, maybe tomorrow evening. So yeah, very excited, guys. I guess that just goes to show how valuable trail cams can be. I mean, you know what we've been through to find this big stag, and now I've just got a whole lot of information in a particular area that is going to help us massively. And the cameras weren't out there all that long, but they were out there long enough to help us in the journey for this big old stag. So very stoked with that. Take some on your next trip, man. Seriously, take some on your next trip. Go and get some SpyPoint ones. They're the ones that I use. Head down to your local hunting and fishing and look at the range of SpyPoint cameras and take some on your next trip. Bumblebee, what are you up to, bro? You want some nachos? Keep them in your backpack. Like I keep mine in my pack, as you know, and when I find a good spot, we'll go and set the camera up on. That's what we did this time, and this is what we captured with it. So SpyPoint trail cameras, man, one of the most valuable pieces of gear you can have, and the best thing is they work while you're sleeping in your tent at night. So this evening, depending on which way the wind's going, to know that he goes to that wallow, it's going to be massive for us over the next couple of days. So it's midday at the moment. Once that evening starts kicking, I'm going to go check the wind, and from there we'll decide where we need to go. But I'm going to chill at camp for the middle of the day, have a sleep, have a rest. So we'll see you guys later on this evening.
Wind's sort of going that way. That means we're not going to be able to sit on this wallow tonight. That's a real shame. I think if we go to the wallow right now, there's a chance we'll ruin it. That wind is bad. So we'll go plan B. I still think there's a good chance plan B. The better grass, the better feed area is out plan B way, where we're going to go. So ultimately that stag is going to be following hind, and those hinds are going to be going for food. So we'll move around into the wind, and we'll just be actively hunting this area. And if we hear any roars, we're just going to go. We're just going straight for it. So that's the plan. Looks like a couple of stags have been fighting here. There's some pretty heavy gouge marks in the ground. You can see where something's been pushed back. One of these could be our big stag, man. We got a couple of deer out here. 2 spikers or 2 young stags, I can't quite tell. Pretty happy feeding out in that clearing. We're going to try sneak past them. We want to get to the end of this bush right here and set up, because that overlooks that really good clearing, that really good bush edge. I think that's going to be a good spot to start. We just need to get around these guys without spooking them. So we'll cut around here and see if we can get to the end of this bush and set up. I'm going to try and make it to that tree there. I should be able to see out somewhere around there. I've already been stealthing through this bush for probably 100 metres. I've gone past those stags, but there's a hind and another spiker out here. I think our big stag's going to come from that bush line there though. Really hard stalking through here. Super slow going, but it's going okay. I just need to find a good spot where we can look out and we can set up and be concealed. Wind's cutting across, so I don't want to go too far that way. We just got to hope the stag is up that way and not down here, because he would have already smelt me by now. But I got a feeling he's up here. Where we first saw him was another 200, 300 metres that way. So I feel like we're safe, but I don't want to go any further than this bush edge up here. So those trees will be perfect. We got some hinds coming out, 70 odd metres up there. I think I'll just sit here for a while just in case the stag's with them. If he is, he'll come out after they leave that bush line. So I don't want to go any further because they'll see me. We'll sit right here and we'll see if the stag comes out after them. It's actually a hind, a fawn and a spiker. We'll give it some time and see what they do. Just had another hind to come out. Same spot, so that might be a key entrance point to the clearing. So I think we're going to sit right here, because that wind's really good here, and we can see it, so we'll sit there for a little bit longer and see what happens. Paradise ducks, right there. 10 metres. I cannot spook those. Oh my gosh, they walked into like 4 metres from me. Far out. That was intense. We got a stag roaring. I've just left that little spot. We're going to close the gap on the stag. I've cut across the creek, now we've got to go through this bush. Sounds like he's in the clearings over the back. He's roaring really well. We've run out of light, guys. Man, these stags are just so reluctant to come out in daylight. It's crazy. He's roaring up in there still. The cameras are hardly picking anything up now, so unfortunately, that's our hunt for the evening. Oh man, they're not wanting to come out into the open. Frustrating. He's deep back in that bush there. He'll come out once it's fully dark, I'd imagine. But yeah, that's a bummer. It's a pretty exciting hunt. We saw lots of deer. Just didn't get our chance on the big boy. I'm going to start making my way back to camp and call it a night, I think. Relax, have some food, chill out. But yeah, we'll catch you guys nice and early in the morning, eh? Have another go. Hopefully, big stag tomorrow.
On the next episode, I work the day around the newly found information from the trail cameras. All the pieces of this puzzle are now together, and I can map out the perfect prediction for what I think our giant's next move is.
Stag just roared.
I track the stag into an area that creates the perfect ambush for the evening ahead. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a bit nervous and anxious as time is running real low. This is going to be our last chance to make this happen.
Come on, where are you?
The final chapter to this hunt of a lifetime. You're not going to want to miss this one. And guys, something else you're not going to want to miss is getting your gear kit dialed in before your next big hunt. Don't forget, all the gear I use on my hunts can be found down at your local hunting and fishing store. Just tell them you've seen it on JU Wilds and they'll be able to get it for you. Alright guys, cheers for watching and we'll see you on the next episode.